All right, Herc, World Cup 2026, less than 2 years away. And guess what? We got some problems. It has to do with tickets. Last week, FIFA cautioning fans against purchasing tickets from what they're calling unofficial ticketing sites. This warning came in response to some ESPN reporting about World Cup ticketing on resale ticket sites in both the United States and Mexico. For more on this story, let's welcome in one of the reporters involved in the article that you can read right now at ESPN.com, Lizzie Becherano. I believe she teamed up with Cesar Hernandez on that article. Lizzie, tell us a little bit about the reporting, about the story. What should fans be watching out for as we get ready to start buying tickets ahead of the World Cup?
Yeah, so as of this morning, the offers were still up on pages like Vivid Seats and StubHub and Viagogo. These are not authentic tickets. FIFA said that individual tickets will be on sale at the end of 2025, and hospitality packages will be available at the end of 2024. So anything being offered at the moment is not authentic. Now, FIFA also said that at the moment they are not chasing legal action, but we can refer to the 2018 incident where FIFA actually sued the company Viagogo for doing similar things for the Russia 2018 World Cup.
So in the article, it says kind of unofficial ticketing sites. Am I to take that the only official ticketing site then is FIFA.com? Is that correct?
Yes, at the moment, that would be correct.
All right, so there you go, folks. Because I don't know about you, Herc. I'm getting a ton of texts from people all the time. Sebi, you got to hook up for tickets for the World Cup. Everybody relax. Unless you're like Herc, you're a high roller. You're going to get the VIP hospitality suites. Then at the end of 2024, you get ready. The rest of us have to wait till the end of 2025.
I'm
next
sorry,
bit of news.
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I'm sorry it's happening to people, but I can't believe they're actually falling for it. Like, I feel like this happens every major tournament. It's the same thing.
Mm-hmm. I got a great story. A buddy of mine at the 1994 World Cup wandered into RFK with what he didn't know but was a fake ticket. And the police officer that stopped him at the gates felt so bad for the kid who was crying. He was like 10 years old. He took him into a suite, so he got to watch a World Cup game from a suite. Shout out to Benny Baltrotsky. He'll love that I told this story on Futbol Americas. Our next bit of news, Herc, as I was about to mention, is very interesting because it has to do with the final of the 2026 World Cup, which will be July 19th of that year in New Jersey. It's going to be the first ever World Cup final to feature a drum roll halftime show a la the Super Bowl. Show will be produced by Global Citizen, which is an advocacy organization that produces entertainment events with the goal of ending world poverty. Lizzie, you were at the Copa America final, no? When we got the Shakira halftime show. What do you think of this? Good idea, bad idea?
Logistically complicated. I think it brings a slurry of issues. We kind of saw during Copa America that they extended halftime by 10 minutes, which Colombia head coach Nestor Lorenzo brought up the fact that players can get cold and it's an issue and a problem. So I don't know. I just don't get the purpose of doing it for entertainment purposes. We're there for a game. That's great. It also brings the topic of pitch conditions and what it can do to the field. So I personally just don't understand the purpose of a halftime show.
If I can explain to the people what Lizzie's talking about when players get cold. So if you're warm, as they say, you're full go, and all of a sudden you have a cool down period, that's almost like you're shutting down. There's no more go time. And if you actually try it going, you could further complicate things in the form of injury. It's very complicated for players, so it's not that easy for players to pick up and go like that. There's a process to actual game times, and everything is regimented. So if there's 15 minutes, by the time you're in the locker room, you know what you're doing in the first 5 minutes, the next 5 minutes, and what you're going to do on the field to stay warm. If you get cold, you could risk injury. So from a player's point of view, it's terrible. I would hate this. You're already just sitting there waiting. You want to go back out there. You know that the possibilities of you getting injured, the more time you stand around, increase. So it does you no good from the player. Also, from a fan's point of view, Seb, I don't know if you or Lizzie recall the Copa America halftime show. I don't remember any of it. So it couldn't have been that memorable. And that was Shakira, with all due respect. So, you know, there's some things that should stay the same. I want to be innovative, and I want to bring new fans into this, and I understand that it's entertainment, it's an attraction, but there's a reason it's 15 minutes and no more.
I'm with you. The halftime show. Go ahead, Lizzie.
No, I can say being in the press box at the Copa America final, we could barely see Shakira. It was completely on the other end. And I don't think these shows are made currently for the spectator inside the stadium. I think they're made for TV, which brings in, I guess, a completely different range of issues.
Yeah, but also brings in a lot of the money. That's the reality of who FIFA's at the end of the day serving when they're worried about that big audience. It's not always the people in the stadium. A lot of times it's the people that are watching on television.